people wanting to say they are in love with me. And I know you don't love me. You don't know me. And ladies, in broadcasting, if you're with someone who doesn't understand the job and they don't want to listen to you, then by all means, let them find their way. Once they put the ring on your finger, it will get worse.
You're proud.
I'm proud.
You're proud and it's affecting you.
And I'm fine with that. We are corrupt, promiscuous. We like sex a lot. I love my privacy. I like my space. I love boundaries. There are things I would not find myself doing, especially in relationships. And that is what is preventing me from being in situations where I will be uncomfortable. And so when I see that you're trying to cross a boundary or you don't respect the ones that I have said, we just can't work. And if that's what is called pride, then I love it.
Welcome to Divine Vocals today. It's your favorite host, Lara C. And like you know, what we do on Divine Vocals is unveiling the impact of Christianity to everyone, promoting uprightness right here on Divine Vocals. There is no issue that we don't discuss. Any matter at all, bring it on our table. So I'm excited to be here once again. We're going to be looking at the challenges of dating in the broadcast media industry. The media industry, there are a couple of challenges with dating and relationship. But if you're not in the media, you probably may not understand though. I know that OAPs out there can easily relate to what I'm talking about. So this is what we're going to be looking at. What are the challenges? Why does it seem like OAPs don't marry easily, especially the female folks among them? My guest today is in the broadcast media industry. She's an OAP. She's done very well for herself over the years. We are excited to have her right here today. Her name is Dima Raphael. She's also known as the Honey Badger, your bestie on radio. So she's a broadcaster, like I told you. She's currently working with Trend 100.9 FM, and she hosts the daily evening drive time show called Cruise Control, and the Sunday night show also called the Niger Upbeat Show and the Battle of the Sounds. Yes, the Honey Badger. You're welcome to Divine Vocals today.
Hey. I'm really glad for myself.
It's a pleasure to have you on our show today.
It's a pleasure to be here.
I like your hair.
Thank you.
Let's look at this very, very sensitive issue. We are both in the media, so we can easily relate to this issue.
Yeah.
This matter of OAPs not being able to, should I say, being able to settle down quickly or as at when due, but there's this notion out there, and by experiences too. Myself, I've seen lots of female OAPs who are still single and they are over 30, 40, some of them. It seems like something that is becoming common or has become common. What's your thought about that, first of all?
First, I haven't heard the notion, to be honest. I haven't
Really?
heard, maybe it's common talk, but I haven't heard anyone say that female OAPs find it hard to settle down or get in a relationship. But I can understand and see where they're coming from. I can see how hard it can be to be in a relationship, especially today. I've heard people say, people who are in the movie industry also find it hard. I've heard this thing, but I've not heard it for radio presenters or broadcasters. So this is the first. But it's interesting to hear. Yeah.
You haven't heard it?
No, I haven't.
Well, I have heard it. I've also seen it. So I could easily believe it when I heard the
I'm not doubting. I can see where they're coming from for several reasons.
There are reasons why that could happen.
Yeah.
Women of prominent positions in society, such as the media or broadcast media industry, there is this high expectation from them. So that could be one of the reasons, because they can't just settle for anyone.
Yeah.
So tell us about your experience. Since you said you haven't heard about this.
I haven't heard it. I've not known it to be common talk, but I can understand and see where they're coming from. And I have several reasons why I can think that is a possibility. Right.
Sure, it's a possibility.
Okay. My love life.
As a broadcaster,
it hasn't been as easy as one would expect. I don't expect it to be easier, because what I think, for instance, from my own perspective now, dating, especially for someone who is in the public eye, broadcast media, is harder than the regular person who isn't. Because the first one is, you're not sure who is liking you because they like you or because they're a fan. So it's really hard to decipher between someone who just loves the idea of you and someone who actually loves you. And so because of that, you are really picky. You're worried about them knowing what your real name is. Sometimes, personally, I have given fake names just to date, I've lied about what I'm doing for a living or anything like that, because I don't want you to see me as that person that you perceive to be online or on air, because I'm not that person. That's an on-air personality. And so I'm sure you've heard someone say, don't meet your idols, but I think I have mine, don't meet your fans, because when they're listening to you on radio or seeing you on TV or watching you do whatever, broadcasting, they're seeing this well put together, this posh person. You are infallible. And when they get closer to you, they see that you're actually human. And then the see finish starts to come in. They say, she didn't even mess it. She didn't go toilet. And then they forget that you are also human with human emotions. And that's where it is hard, because how can I know that you like me not because you heard me on radio in your friend's car? Another one is fetish. Some people want to be with people who they perceive to be celebrities to elevate their own status. Say an upcoming artist want to date a broadcaster because can give me plug, so make me blow. So this obsession with dating people who are perceived to be, I don't think I'm a celebrity, but the people who will see me and think I am, and they will be like, let me enter. She get money, that kind of thing. And so you are really careful about that. So
even if she don't get money, she could get connection.
You understand? And so you're trying to be careful not to get into a trap. And so you're looking at any small mistake, you're out. It's really easy for you to move to the next one because you're not even certain of one person at a time. So it's easy for me to on to the next one, because if you make one mistake, I'm already reading different flags. I'm like, ulterior motive, what is your plan? And I've had a situation where I dated someone and the person was trying to blackmail me, to send him. It was crazy because this guy was I've had situations where the guy was actually trying to blackmail me. We're dating, we've only gone out for 2 dates and you're already asking for more than I can give. You know what I mean? And then, because I'm not going to agree to that, you're trying to blackmail me. Do you know how childish that is? You're trying to blackmail me and say, I'll tell people where you live, I'll tell people your real name, all of that stuff, because I gave you access to me. And so you are scared of getting people to get close to you. So that's why it's hard to even get friends, not talk of dating, So I think those are some reasons that it will be hard. Also, when we eventually get married, I would have to quit my job because they feel I'm too exposed. Yeah. And 2, I have many male colleagues. I have too many men around me. I have too many meetings with males, because sometimes you go and meet some clients, some artists, and you meet them in public places or for dinner or for lunch. And if your partner would feel threatened that you're going out with different guys for different dinners or dates, and they're thinking there's something else going on. I don't know what they've heard, but I've heard people say that OAPs are this and that and that, and so they don't want you to be in that field even when that is your life. And so that can also be a problem.
Like how often do you get approached because of your status or because of what your profession, like men around you trying to get close?
I think more often than not, people see you on social media and they follow you from your programs, and they follow you on social media and they want to talk to you. Oh, it's Valentine's Day, let me take you out to dinner, let me take you out to lunch, or let me send you a gift. I get that a lot. People wanting to say they are in love with me, and I know you don't love me, you don't know me, you just love the idea or what I portray to you. You might see me on radio, I'm talking because I talk for a living. I have to talk, right? I get paid to do that. But when I'm on my own, I'm not a big talker. I want to just be quiet, read a book, watch a movie, just be on my own. And then when you're in my life now and I'm not talking, as I'm talking already, you'll be like, she's been pretending. I don't want her anymore. And then it doesn't work out. That's why it can be hard. So yeah, I get people reach out to me on social media and maybe on even my program, because my number sometimes is public because of business, and then they'll call you and they want to talk about something personal. They want to go personal with you, but you have to learn how to create a boundary and set it. If you're in the industry, these are the first things that you are taught by your mentors, because you have to have a mentor. They'll tell you how you can set boundaries and have people respect your boundaries. They don't cross certain lines. And one of those things is do not date your fans. And to go further, do not even meet your fans. Very important. If you want to meet them, public places, events where we're all together, your colleagues are there, and you see them, you shake hands, you take pictures, and you go on. Don't agree to meet a fan and say, hey, I loved your program last night, let me take you out to dinner. Don't agree, because it would open doors to things that you're not ready for.
and things you don't want or you wouldn't like to happen.
Yeah.
Have you been heartbroken?
Oh, definitely. Who hasn't? Who hasn't, Larry C? Have you not? You
I
haven't?
don't think I have.
You have.
Relationship wise, like in a relationship, and at the end of the day, you're dumped. I've never been that, maybe. And what led me to that question of being heartbroken is I want to know more about your own experience, because I want others to learn. But where we are driving at here is to be able to see how we can help female OAPs especially to overcome this challenge of having a serious relationship that eventually ends in marriage. But like, have you had so many relationships?
Not really, but I've had several dates. I've gone on several dates. They just don't move to the relationship level. I go on a date with you, I talk to you for a few weeks, or I would say talking stage, and I realize I can't be with this person, and then it doesn't get to the point of relationship. So I wouldn't say I've had several relationships, but I've had several dates.
Don't you think it would make them feel you're proud?
I'm proud.
You're proud and it's affecting you.
And I'm fine with that. I'd rather be proud than be nothing, because, and I'm not talking about negative pride. When I'm proud, there are things I would not find myself doing, especially in relationships, and that is what is preventing me from being in situations where I will be uncomfortable later on. So I just want to prevent it, because I like my person, I like my space, I love my privacy as well. I love boundaries, and so when I see that you're trying to cross a boundary or you don't respect the ones that I have set, we just can't work. And if that's what is called pride, then I love it.
Now, I mean, you mentioned never meet your fans.
Never date your fans.
Never date your friends. Never meet your fans, and all of that. Okay, what do you think female OAPs should do better in order to be able to like have dating that moved on to relationship, from relationship, and at the end of the end up in marriage? What do you think they should do better?
I think, I don't want to talk from my own perspective, or
just speak from your own perspective.
Because if I'm going to go by my own whack sense of humor, it's basically giving fake names until I get to know you better, which I don't advise you to do that. Don't give fake names. Don't do that. But I think knowing exactly what you want out of your other person is very important. As they say, and the purpose of something is not known, abuse is inevitable. So why are you dating? Are you lonely? Is it because you just need someone in your life, or what is the reason? Or because you're feeling a bit of pressure? I want to get married. I want to have a boyfriend.
You want to impress people.
Exactly. Why are you dating? That's the first question you're asking yourself. And when you find out the reason why you're dating, then you want to know what you're dating. What do you want to date?
And who you can date.
Yeah. So when you've known all of these things, it's easy for you to pick and then, sieve out the rubbish, as they say. This is not cutting for me, and then let them go. Also, don't be too strict. I can be strict. I can admit that. But I think we should not be as strict. But always set boundaries and maintain them. There's room for flexibility and compromise. There's room for that. But there are certain things that are not compromisable. As you get it. There are things, if they say, oh, I don't want you to do one thing, you can say, okay, maybe I can still work around it. Maybe it's still okay. And you don't feel like they're trying to attack you. But there are things that I can't compromise on this, and so you stick to that. The more you change your mind, the more you lose yourself. One person comes today, he impresses you with one thing or the other, and you be like, okay, let me just bend my rule for him, and it doesn't work out. The next one comes, let me bend my rule for him, and you keep on bending and bending until you've lost your own purpose. And so you're going to be single because you keep on changing. So you know what you want, you know what you don't want, you know why you want it, and then you go for it. As long as there are boundaries that you can set and you can actually maintain. And
would you say your own experience has been a bad experience, or
to be fair, no, I've not had a bad experience dating.
That means you need to tell us more about your story. Yeah, because we want them to learn. You need to tell us more about your love story.
My love story.
Are you dating? Are you in a relationship?
I'm not in a relationship with anybody right now, but I'm going on several dates whenever I meet someone that, because of who I am, because maybe my own experiences might be bad for somebody else.
Sure.
They might consider it bad.
Sure, but if it's good, I mean, you know what's good.
Good for me. It's been good for me because I am happy. I'm doing what I want. And if I meet someone that I like and they like me, we go out, have a couple of drinks, we're talking for a few days, for a few weeks, getting to know each other better, all of that. And it's fun. And if it doesn't work out, I don't have any expectations a lot of times. I don't have, we have to be this.
What do you think about guys who feel like female broadcasters are too exposed? And that could be one of the reasons why they shy away. Yeah. Too exposed to the public.
Oh, yeah. They are insecure, honestly. Because what we do most of the time is sit in one studio alone talking to the microphone. It's not like you're seeing me. And in fact, most on-air personalities hardly have time for social lives. If you ask them, I'm at home or I'm in the studio, they barely go out because what time do you have?
Even on Sundays.
People work on Sundays.
Yeah,
You don't have, even
sure.
Friday night, or people go and jay and you are in the studio. So where is the, so if you are feeling that way as a man, then I don't want to be with you because you don't even have as much knowledge to be with me. If you have done your research, you should know what an OAP does or a broadcaster does. The people you are with are either your engineers, your producers, and that's it. Most of my friends are my colleagues because I don't have time to mingle. So you get it. Like if someone is telling you you are too exposed, then they don't have enough knowledge. They're ignorant. Don't be with them.
Some of these guys that do not have enough knowledge, like you call them, don't you think they may need
Orientation.
So
Let me tell you something, Larry C. I was trying to tell you something, Larry C. When someone has it in their mind that A is A and B is C, you can barely change your minds. You would try and explain. If it's not your boyfriend or your wife or your girlfriend or whatever, and you're trying to say, babe, I'm just going to the studio and tell you on Friday night, I go to the studio. You've already explained and they don't believe you. It's going to be really hard for them to see beyond their noses because they cannot see it the other way. They're already set in their ways. Yeah, so it's already hard. They've come to you. And you know the worst part, they know you are a broadcaster. They will still come and toast you. They will still agree for you to be toasting them. What were you expecting? So you think because all of a sudden you think you are so fine, such a fine babe, figure 8, then I'll live my life, my career, but it's not about just a job. It's not like a 9-to-5. Broadcasting is a life. It's your career. I will lead this life because of you. Mbanu now. You can't do that. These people are stubborn in their mentality. You cannot change their mind. So better they should just stay in their own. Date Ngozi as a teacher. And you can know she's at class from 9 to 4. You know where she eats all the time. Better for you. Let's have peace. This is what comes with it. People who are correspondents, journalists, they
reporters.
Travel. They can just call them now. Where are you? Come to Luku and you are off. So if I'm dating somebody now, I'll say, baby, please give me permission to go to Luku for an assignment. They'll say, no, you can't go. I want to see you today. Start to explain. So if you cannot understand what I do for a living, please stay on your own. And ladies in broadcasting, if you're with someone who doesn't understand the job and they don't want to listen to you, then by all means, let them find their way. It's your choice, but it will not get better. And once they put the ring on your finger, it will get worse because then they have, according to society, they have a say now in what you do. They can make you leave your job. They can say you cannot travel. And then God forbid, or God blesses you, you have children. A lot of things will change. So if you're not with someone who can understand that, that's why people say date your kind. Maybe date broadcaster so you can understand that they know what the job entails. But dating outside the job is possible as long as someone is open to learning, listening, knowing that this is my job.
From all we've discussed now, it's obvious that dating within the job is more advisable, especially for the female folks.
True, but I know that some female OAPs still don't want to date male OAPs.
Have you had any experience?
Dating?
Yeah.
I haven't ever dated an OAP before. I haven't. I've had people hit on me and stuff, but it's usually people who I've worked with, and I will not date someone I work with in the same office. Right?
Well, I've seen colleagues marry and they are doing well.
I have two of my friends who are married and they worked at the same place, but maybe it's just my own convictions. I just wouldn't feel comfortable sleeping with you or marrying you while we're in the same office. Rather maybe you're an OAP somewhere else. Maybe that could work. I've dated someone who worked in another station, another city, another state.
But still a broadcaster.
He was a broadcaster.
What was the experience like?
It wasn't bad because he understood my job. I think the only thing, he was not very good at communication. He's a journalist. He just travels to anywhere and I don't know until he's back or I don't hear from me for days. And I'm like, where have you been? And like, oh, we had travel. Like, you could have just texted me and told me this was going on and I would understand. Oh, I forgot. And then I don't think he was ready yet to leave the single life. I think he was already used to always traveling at any time. You understand? Now you're with someone, you are accountable to that person. I got a call now. I'm going to the northeast. I'll say, okay, safe journey. And I know where you are, but not like you go ghost for like a whole week. That's not going to work with me. So I think that's what made us separate.
Okay, but if you get a chance to be in a relationship with another broadcaster, would you like it?
To be fair, I don't think so. I don't think I want to be. It's my field. I already and I'm exposed to other OAPs. I see them every day, and I want to see another life. Be something else. Let me learn from your own field. Say you're in medical field, maybe you're in teaching or education.
So what if the person God has destined to be your husband is an OAP?
I don't believe in.
You don't believe in God?
No. I know. Because you know this is divine vocal. I don't believe in there's someone that is destined to be your partner. I don't believe in that. So yes, I don't believe that there's one person that God has said he must be him. If not him, he got equal single till you meet him. Because you can meet him and he dies tomorrow. So that's not your destiny. So no, I don't believe in that.
You already said you wouldn't like to have that experience of dating an OAP again. Okay, it means it was a bad experience. That's how people will perceive it.
No. I told you the issues.
Yeah.
But
some person will tell you I can manage. What was she even saying?
That's the thing about it. They're managing. That's the problem. These are my non-negotiables. I don't want to negotiate that you cannot communicate with me about something. I don't want to manage it because how long will I manage for? One day you will travel to abroad. 1 month, I will not hear from you. I'll be calling you. I can't reach you. And then you tell me, I was at Ghana and I have to manage and understand. No, that's miserable life. I don't want to live a miserable life.
My guest today has been Dima Raphael, known as the Honey Badger.
Hi.
Yes, a fantastic OAP, a wonderful radio host. And we've been having a very, very interesting conversation right here as we begin to round up the Honey Badger. Once again, what would be your advice? Not just to the female broadcasters now, but all generally, to everyone about how to perceive OAPs when it comes to relationship, and also to let them know that we are human beings and what we do, even though sometimes we try to be real on air, sometimes everything is not real.
You get it?
Especially when it has to do with relationship and dating.
All right, first I would tell my fellow broadcasters, I get that sometimes your fans could even be your future. It's possible, very possible, that you meet someone who was a fan and becomes your husband or your wife. I still maintain that my initial thought is to never meet your fans and never date them. Don't sleep with them. But if it works out for you, good for you. And don't take my word for it. But I would advise you to be careful about meeting people that claim to be your fans. OAPs. Now, for people who are not in the broadcast industry, not everything you see and hear is real. Sometimes somebody can be taking the news and they're just wearing their singlets and you don't know what they're wearing. And you're thinking, they're wearing this expensive, this kind of you already have this picture of them. And it's okay. That's part of the job and the fantasy. Have pictures of what they look like or what they smell like or how they dress. But also be careful of parasocial relationships. This is where you have this idea of what they are in real life. And then you're dating them across the screen or radio or whatever. I watched a true crime documentary where this lady who is a big presenter, she's in the US, and this guy who had this parasocial thing with her, he loved her from TV. He chased her, stalked her, and he killed her live on TV.
Really?
Yeah. We have these things happen because they fail to, people who are suffering, maybe even they have mental illnesses, they fail to distinguish between real life and fantasy. And then they mix it up and they feel like, you know what, maybe you say I love you on radio, they'll think you're telling them I love you in person, and they're like, she told me she loves me, like, I love her, she loves me. Be careful of that. It's okay to love people you consider celebrities or your favorite people, but also try and draw the line. Go out more, meet real people, have real friends.
Are you saying OAPs are not real people?
They're not real people, they are on-air personalities. So they could be something else on radio, like I'm Honey Badger on radio.
Okay.
Right? And I'm Dima Raphael outside.
Well, that's just difference in name, not personality.
I think it also applies with personality. You've heard me already. I'm always yelling. I will lose my voice. I'm screaming, but I'm a very quiet person. I can be a shy person. I also have social anxiety. So I'm not really good with crowds. But on radio, you think, this person, that's who I am on radio. So when you meet me in person and you're expecting me to be loud, you'll be disappointed. I'm looking at you like...
You see, that's what I talked about earlier. I see a lot of people who have come across me and they're like, I thought you are a huge guy. Probably because my voice is deep on air,
So imagine a girl who was loving you on radio and now sees you, he's not even huge with facial hair and long hair. And then she's like, I don't like him anymore.
I think you're right when you say don't meet your fans or don't date your fans, because they don't have the perfect picture or the true picture of who you are in their minds.
And even if you then get now, as people who are not in the broadcast media, if you now even meet them and want to date them, get to know who they are. Don't judge them based on what you hear on radio or on TV.
What if a random guy who doesn't even know you're an OAP,
which is better for me, because I'll tell you, before I tell people that my name is so and I'm so, they don't know my real job and my real name. But if you meet someone that maybe they didn't know you were an OAP or a broadcaster or you're in the media, that's okay for you. But if you as a person, you are not in the broadcast media, you meet someone who's in broadcast media, don't be saying, yesterday she said that she ate rice on radio, so meaning she ate rice. No, I can have just a normal conversation. I ate rice yesterday, or just to have gist. When you're in your bed sleeping, get to know them, ask them questions about themselves, open your mind to knowing them, and then they will also reveal themselves to you, and that way it will work. Don't be judging them based on what you've seen on radio. People who say we are exposed, we are corrupt. I've heard that they are promiscuous. We like sex a lot. I don't hear that one time. I'm like, hey, where are they having the sex? Let me, go and check out. That is something that people just say. People say a lot of things. They say ladies in marketing are this, are that. We hear these things. Don't buy into the rumor. Get to know yourself. Then if it turns out to be what you think, then you move on. You cannot be telling someone that you will quit your job because you are too exposed to men. You are seeing a lot of life parties. Sometimes OAPs are even paid to make appearances or at events. They even host events. Doesn't mean that they like to go to parties. I can tell you that most OAPs don't like going to parties. They don't even like noise. In the studio, you are hearing music all day. You are playing, you are a DJ all day. I don't want to go to the lounge and be hearing boom, boom, boom. I want to just stay quiet in somewhere that's quiet. So, you have to stop being ignorant about things and following the hype. Learn for yourself. Ask questions and it will work.
Stop being ignorant about things and following the hype. Learn for yourself. Ask questions for yourself. Make researches for yourself, so that apart from getting into a relationship with an OAP or a broadcaster, any other person, any other field, try to be vast, try to learn about that career, so you can have a healthy relationship. Thank you so much, the Honey Badger, for coming on our show today.
For having me.
It has been an interesting conversation with you. I just wish it can continue. So your final words to our viewers out there concerning Divine Vocals. Tell them something.
I have been listening to Divine Vocals for how many months now? We've been working close back side to side. I've known this man and I have been listening to his program. I've been producing his program.
Yeah, that's my producer.
For months now, and I can tell you that his idea of bringing the Christian perspective to every situation, every conversation is something that we don't see a lot of. It's something that is very rare, especially in this period. Our environment now, everybody's talking about money, and not looking at what God wants for us, or what Christ has died for us. Whatever thing you're doing, there has to be a purpose, and it has to be God behind that purpose. So Divine Vocals is something that I love. That's why I love it, because it brings out that I've been listening to him talk about several things, and I'm like, really, I didn't think about this. Honestly, Divine Vocals needs to be listened to, needs to be supported, needs to be followed. And Larry C, thank you for what you do.
Thank you. My head is swollen, but I appreciate those hypes. You've given advice to OAPs, and
God has to be behind whatever you're doing. You have to know what God wants for you. And I don't think God will want you to be miserable in your relationship. And so why you seek God and then you ask questions.
All right, thank you once again, the Honey Badger, for coming on our show today. And keep listening to Divine Vocals. It has been an interesting time hosting you, and of course hosting you guys out there. We hope to bring back this show again next week, so stay tuned. For those of you who haven't subscribe to our YouTube channel at Tvdivinevocals. God bless you, and thanks for coming once again.
Thank you for having me.
Divine Vocals Studio, the Real Mix Studio.